So you hear a lot of anecdotes about people on scooters around Denver who bite it. You know, they fly over the handlebars or hit cars. But hard numbers on these injuries have been hard to find. Our Steve Steger thinks he's starting to get a handle on it.
You really can't make policy without hard data. And we got a decent hint at data late last month when Swedish Medical Center's parent company tweeted this estimate from someone working in the ER. It claims Swedish sees around 20 scooter-related injuries a week. Denver Health, the closest ER to downtown, isn't ready to put a number next to their estimate.
We're seeing people injured in scooter accidents at least several times a week. Some of these injuries are minor and some are very serious.
Dr. Eric Lavonis, an emergency physician at DH, says he's seen a range of injuries.
Well, I've certainly seen people with broken wrists and broken ankles. I've also personally taken care of two patients with very devastating head injuries.
The problem is there's no way to get the full scope of injuries. Denver Public Works, the agency that regulates scooters, relies on Denver police numbers. The cops have reported 6 injuries since August 1st. But those only include incidents where police responded to a scene to investigate an accident. It doesn't count your bro who biffed it, broke his arm, and took himself to the ER or urgent care later. And Lavonis says there has to be data on that.
There's no question that these electric scooters are a growing safety concern. And the first step in dealing with any public health problem is to measure it and then try to figure out what you can do to make things better.
Our question was, why is this data so hard to collect in hospitals? Dr. Lavonis told me it's because there isn't currently a code for an electric scooter injury. They'd actually have to go into the system and find it themselves. There likely will be soon enough. Denver Public Works, in the meantime, says it is working with hospitals to figure out some sort of reporting system when the pilot program ends this summer, Kyle. And one of the most striking things from my conversation with Dr. Lavonis, I asked him, do you ride scooters? He said, I used to. Until those 2 brain injuries came into his ER, and he said, no way. He said, in his eyes, there's really no safe place to ride them. The sidewalks are too dangerous and the streets are too dangerous until we get some things figured out.
And you know, we were joking today about you could put the Benny Hill theme song underneath this with people tipping off of scooters and that sort of thing. But then you hear about those horrific injuries. Yeah. You think about it, it's not necessarily the scooters that are unsafe, it's the environment as the city and other places try to figure out where to regulate them. Where can they safely operate? The
environment around them. And then when you look at the little speedometer too, you do have to admit those things go fast. And you see a lot of people riding around without a helmet on. Yeah. And you think about it, that's faster than you and I can run 15 miles an hour. I could probably do like 3.
Sure. But
still, I mean, that's awfully quick.
Yeah. Well, want people to be safe. That conversation will continue. Steve, thank you.